In a world where AI is often portrayed as a job killer, today's guest, Salvador Vassallo, is on a mission to change that narrative. In this inspiring episode of Using AI at Work, you'll discover how Salvador and his company, jobworX AI, are creating a more holistic, accurate, and time-saving view of each candidate, saving hundreds of hours for HR professionals in the process. Salvador's enthusiasm is contagious as he paints a picture of a future where AI enables us to focus on what matters most: the human connections that drive business success. Let's get started. Welcome to Using AI at Work. I'm your host, Daigle. Each week, we'll be learning how today's business owners, entrepreneurs, and ambitious professionals are getting more done with smart use of tomorrow's tech. Let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is an interview that has been in the making for quite a while. Salvador Vassallo and I have been attempting to get on this podcast with interruption after interruption. However, here we are today, and I'm very excited about the topic that we're going to be covering. But Sal, before we get started, why don't you share with everybody a little bit about yourself and what you're up to?
Sure. My name is Salvador Vassallo, and I work with jobworX AI. So we're a recruiting technology platform and services. And, a little bit more about myself. I'm an Olympic swimmer. I swam in the Olympics in 1988. I've been in manufacturing, entrepreneur, invented products, launched products. I've done M&A, and also a lot of selling online businesses and whatnot. But this is my new venture, and I'm super happy and excited about it. It's been very, very challenging and fulfilling.
Awesome. Yeah, and congrats on that. I'm very excited about this topic because, I'm heads down over here. We're doing research. We're working with clients. We're training people, and we're doing as much market research as we can about demand, and particularly industries that are demanding generative AI expertise. But with jobworX.ai, you have a much keener eye on the marketplace. So if you don't mind, maybe just give me, if somebody said, hey, what's the AI job environment look like? How would you respond?
Well, we launched in January. Now, we've been developing the product and the platform for about 3 years prior to the launch. Before ChatGPT came out, we used large language models and machine learning to develop the technology. But since launch in January, it's been very interesting seeing the types of different types of CEOs and organizations. One is very aggressively seeking to implement AI throughout the whole organization, and others are just flat out too busy to even. And they don't. I think there's a process of comfort zone where they just don't really just understand how incredible the optimization, the automation process. It's like it's incredible the resources that AI offers.
So with jobworX.ai, are you guys focused on a broad spectrum of roles, or do you target AI specific?
No, we help employers hire candidates in all roles.
Okay.
And in different industries. So we're very flexible, and the platform is user friendly, so people can start easily adopting it and streamlining the whole process like never before.
So I'm excited to hear that you guys were leveraging AI in your build out before ChatGPT even hit the marketplace. How is AI involved in this, sourcing, selecting, recruiting environment?
Well, in the selecting process and identifying top candidates, for example, we use predictive AI, like machine learning, and basically it scans large volumes of data in minutes, and it's able to analyze the data and give us predictive matching, which is like incredible. So instead of sifting through 1,000 resumes to find the candidate that fits, AI will do that for you in a matter of minutes.
And I don't know how deep in the HR and the recruiting space you were prior to this endeavor, but that seems like it would be the bulk of the activity that would keep an HR professional busy would be the candidate selection, right? Now here you guys are sweeping in.
Well, candidate selection, but I think the major pain point is wasting a lot of time vetting candidates that aren't a fit. So, you have the screening, you're looking at 100 different resumes, they all come in different
Yeah.
formats. And you don't know, you have to remember which candidate fits and which doesn't. And it's just it's a mind-boggling process. And the facts are, and I've talked to companies from Fortune 500, they don't look at all the resumes.
Yeah.
All right, because they just don't have the time. So they kind of like go through the first 30 and pick 2 or 3 from there and move on because it's overwhelming. But this technology, you're able to vet all the candidates according to the information that they have uploaded, whether it's the references and the experience and skills, and then it'll give you a match. So it'll give you a percentage match, not only to the skills, but the experience as well.
Wow.
And then it'll give you a summary of what are his capabilities as a candidate, what are his strengths, and what are his weaknesses compared to the job post requirements. So it streamlines the whole process. You'll see the candidates that match from 50, 40% to 90, 100% match. But then you can also vet them through their personality. So you're not just relying on the data of the predictive match, but you also can look at the personality assessment, which we have a psychometric analysis, which was our key feature and is our key feature, where people can actually see the personality traits of each individual. And then we have the videos, which are pre-interview videos that also coincide. So we have a triple vetting process on our platform that really gives super talent intelligence. So you're able to make good decisions. It's like you're not looking at 1,000 resumes and feeling
guessing.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yes. It's incredible. And that's the thing. It's like mind-boggling for me because I feel like we should have people lined up. And we do. We're doing very well. We've landed already like 6 or 7 major companies, and we're starting to work with them to implement and to source candidates.
Yeah.
But, I think that there's this adoption process, right, where people need to understand the predictive accuracy of artificial intelligence. It's incredible.
I'm particularly interested in that, the personality side of hiring, because I'm an entrepreneur. One of my early mentors told me that to hire attitude over aptitude, that if you have that go-getter, like they'll figure it out, right? So
exactly.
And that's being missed. When I look at a sheet of paper, I might see what your interests are, but I don't really have like a personality evaluation. So tell me about that psychometric environment that you guys have created.
Yeah, so we use PhDs from the Child Mind Institute, which they are dedicated to behavioral attitudes and the way that people behave. And so they helped us, along with our engineers, to develop the platform. And basically, we have 7 traits that we're looking for. We have like friendliness. That's one of the workplace personality traits, the ability of a person to engage with others and establish relationships.
Yep.
We have that on, and that's important for the sales role. And then you have, and people that don't like to engage, they're not going to come out like friendly. They're going to come out autonomous. They're more individualistic. And so you get a sense, and these are insights, right, that you never had access to. So now you're able to determine whether, with just a glance, whether a person is, has a tendency to be friendly or if he's competitive. Now, competitive is another personality trait that we use. The competitiveness has this thing. People that are competitive are not very collaborative. Because they're competitive. Yeah. So in our personality assessment, there's never a negative. If a person is competitive, that means that he's collaborative. If he's not competitive, that means that he's collaborative. And depending on the results of his test, which is incredible, the accuracy, you'll be able to determine if this how does he work? It's a predictive workplace personality trait. Very simple. And it's not objective. It's not like
Right.
using other services where the person who is reading has to come to a conclusion. This is the result, and that is it. And so you work from that. Now, there's a lot of use cases for this product. And if you'd like, I can tell you a little bit more about that, because it's not just about recruiting.
Yep.
It's also about HR and developing team dynamics and helping them get along and have awareness of, first, of yourself. Like when I did my test, I came out a little low on personal dynamics, but that meant that I was independently driven. So when I looked at that, I needed to find out what was my weaknesses. I wanted to find out.
Sure.
And how can I improve that area? So it sparked that interest into me, because I want to be the best. I want to be optimized and perform and to the best of my ability. So having awareness of my personality traits is very important, because then I can work on the other ones. That's one aspect. But the other aspect is that I found value is being aware of my teammates' personality traits.
Yes.
We have a lot of leaders in our organization. So if you know a person is a leader, you can be supportive and let them lead, instead of bumping heads all the time trying to find out who's the leader. It's just so insightful to be able to understand your teammates' personality traits that are built in. See, and you can train people on skills, but you can't train them on personality. It takes time. It takes self-awareness. It takes practice. It takes getting rid of these habits, which some may be positive. In some cases, like competitiveness is positive if you're a salesperson, but if you're a team builder and trying to lead, and it's or a part of a team, it can get in the way, let's say. So if you're aware that you have that competitive nature and you always want to be right, then if you need to learn how to collaborate a little bit more, and that will help team dynamics.
Yeah, I'm thinking, so I'm sitting over here as like a team leader, a business owner. It's almost like my chess pieces. And if I understand how those chess pieces move and how I can use them to support each other, then I can stack my team based on, that's very interesting. So you mentioned that there's a video element to this. Does AI evaluate the video in the jobworX platform?
No.
Okay.
The video. So we have a different vetting processes. So you have the automated artificial intelligence scanning through all the different data and giving us a report. That's AI generated. And then you have the personality assessment, which is the person taking the test, which is a very simple test, but it asks the same questions like 5 times in different ways, so you can't trick it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing is that when you're doing the human evaluation, you use all these different insights, talent intelligence, to determine, hey, I want to interview this guy. Now, what happens? You already know this. It's like you already know. You may not know if you're going to hire the person, but you definitely know if you're not, right? Because first, he may not score good on his, on his resume. Might not be adequate. Might not have the experience. So you don't dedicate time to that person. But one thing that I think is important, which people in HR understand how important this is, I think it's very important to look at the summary, because there's right there in the summary, which is on our workspace, of the result of our generative AI scanning through all the resumes. They'll give you the liabilities and the good stuff that the candidate has. So you have a report. And you can analyze, is his liabilities that important? Because he has a great personality test. He speaks well in the video. So even if a person scores low, he might be the right hire because of his personality and his presentation skills. And you give him a chance for the interview. Do you understand? It's not just a flat out, this is no go because he didn't match.
Yeah, no, I think that's very important, because otherwise, there could be efforts to game the system, right? But we're very big on, leverage AI as much as possible. However, keep a human in the loop. right?
Yes,
And
yes.
especially with human resources, it's human, right? So
Right.
having that view, somebody that was viewing the video while they're looking at the AI generated summary and output is a
Yes.
fantastic combination of human in the loop. I
Yeah.
love it.
And then you see the personality
Yep.
assessment. Now, there's more ways to look at this. You can also test your whole team. So you're able to see the personality traits of the team members within an organization. So let's say you have a sales team, you have 3 different sales teams, and in each team, there's 4 or 5 people that really do well. Well, and then there's 3 that don't. You check their personality and you can assess what personality traits really flourish under
Yeah.
that management. Okay, because some people flourish under micromanagement.
Yeah.
Some people flourish on not having a manager,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
being self-motivated. But when you're able to find out insights on, and having a control group on your teams, then you're able to make determinations. Like if I want to hire somebody for that team, maybe I should select someone who has the same personality traits as my top performer. Or the other way around, maybe I shouldn't hire somebody with the personality traits of my weakest performer. So you take that into consideration.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you may find out that your weakest performance in one team may be the top performer in another team because he works well under that management. So you're able to really optimize your teams based on their personality.
Yeah.
And this is important for the employee because you want to be in a place where you flourish and you
Yes.
prosper. You want to be in a place where you feel comfortable. So I think it's such an important tool that that's why I'm all in it. I'm like really passionate about this because I believe in it and I see the results. We hire on personality. We don't hire on skill. Of course, they need to have skills, but if a person's competitive, we want them on our sales team.
This is interesting because there's this paradigm of, in the media at least, AI is going to be taking jobs, and that's trickled down now to some levels of the business where the employees are worried about AI taking their job. And here we are talking about how AI is going to help that employee flourish in the right
It's going to help everybody.
Yeah.
Yes,
Fantastic.
exactly. It'll lower it'll reduce bad situations. It'll reduce hiring people that don't fit, and it'll reduce also the employee getting put in a spot where he's not feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
We have the gaming commission. We have the casinos, and they're using it for that purpose alone.
Wow.
They want to use our personality assessment to gauge and to optimize their teams. They may have somebody in the cashier that may be better serving in the floor and being hostess because she's friendly and she's a servant type.
Yeah.
People that are friendly, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
come
on, we all know that personalities
That's
are real.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm friendly. So it could be a defect too because I'm too friendly.
Not here. No, we love it. So I want to ask you because I've done a lot of organizational optimization in my career where we've evaluated the entire enterprise and made suggestions on how to improve it. Now, one of the things that always stuck out to me was the cost of a bad hire.
Oh.
Yeah, and I've seen figures as high depending on the size of your business, but even like you don't have to be a big business for the wrong hire to cost $1 million in missed opportunity for a business. So what's the data that you guys know about that? Like what's the impact of hiring the wrong person?
Well, the impact is tremendous. I mean, not only hiring the wrong person, but hiring the right person can be very impactful.
Yes.
We made a great hire recently. The guy has just been amazing. Like he's added so much value to the organization that I don't know where we would be without him. And so that's the kind of impact that you have. Now, when you have someone who's not really a good fit to the organization, it can be very, 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 very negative. because it'll bring down the whole team.
Yep.
It causes a lot of problems, a lot of stress for the manager,
Yep.
for the company. I mean, it's just a disaster. And that's not when it goes really bad, when there's lawsuits and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, we definitely reduce the risk of bad hires. And we actually enhance the ability of the recruiter to make great determinations, and because you don't spend time on people that do not qualify. And that doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means they don't qualify for that role. So before, you would spend weeks maybe analyzing 500 resumes, and I don't think they go through them all. It's like, how do you record that?
Like in the medical space, I think it was from Paul Reutzer from the Marketing AI Institute. He said that in a few years, a doctor who is not consulting AI for a second opinion could be liable for malpractice, right? Because the AI is they call it co-intelligence in the medical environment, right?
That's what it is.
Same thing with HR. So this HR professional, like if I was the owner of the company and I said, hey, this is an important role we need to fill, and my HR team was hesitant to leverage these tools, I wouldn't consider that the job was done well. No,
it's not done well, because it's not done well. And I'll tell you why. You're not vetting all the candidates. You're not looking at all the options, right? And there's so many people are missed because of, one of the candidates that we did, he did the workspace, filled out for one of our roles that we're filling. His first comment was, "Thank you for providing an opportunity for me to express myself beyond just a resume."
Awesome.
And I thought that was great, because now they can see that I can express my personality. Yes. I can express myself on video. I can express myself through the resume. I'm not just a piece of paper being scanned by some automated system, but I'm being considered fully because of my abilities and my talent and my desires. You're spot on about attitude, man, and personality. I think it's the most important thing in hiring, because I have a lot of experience, but you put me in any place where I'm motivated, and forget about it.
Yep.
I'll learn everything.
Yep.
And I'll implement everything, and I'll take action. And we'll make money for that company.
Yep.
How do you find people like me? You can see my personality test.
Yep.
But that's self-motivating, and passionate about certain things. Like, you can't put me somewhere where I'm not passionate, right? So that's a weakness. It's like, I'm human.
There seems to be this dichotomy of AI is helping business, but it's hurting people. Maybe there's that position in the marketplace. And with this HR environment, if I was an HR professional, I would see this as the fact that now I get to do my job better, because I can screen 1,000 I can at least do that part of the analysis.
And with tremendous accuracy.
Yes. Yeah.
This is the bottom line. It's super accurate. It's like more accurate than humans, and in minutes.
Yes.
What took months will take minutes, with more accuracy and reliability. And I don't think they understand that.
And
I don't think they trust it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm very curious, what's next? What trends do you guys see coming in the application of AI, whether it's the data side or the generative side, into the HR role of hiring and building those powerful teams?
Yeah, well, that's what we're excited. We're excited about a couple of things, and that's sourcing and being able to source candidates from people that are working, we can source candidates, the best candidates that are ones that are working and performing top. We use AI to do that. So that's been kind of a development process.
Was that headhunting?
Yes, a little bit of that for specific clients, but to thousands. We can do that at scale.
Yeah.
So we're able to source top candidates at scale. We're able to streamline that process. We won't source people who don't qualify, so that's eliminating a lot. And then also vetting them. So it's just a process where we're streamlining the whole area. Let me see where I think the applications is what what is being developed, like people are learning how to use it and how to maximize and optimize the utility of artificial intelligence, because that's the whole thing. I mean, it's there. Now we have to use it for our benefit, and that's the thing. That's what it's a little mind-boggling for me, Chris, to be completely honest. When I get no's because I'm on the phone, I'm like, "Are you
Why
nuts? Are you nuts?" I'm reducing your costs, streamlining your process, giving you more reliable candidates, and optimizing your teams. And you're saying no. And that's the thing. They don't understand. It's like a process of adoption of them understanding how accurate and how predictive and how its reliability, it's consistent. It doesn't have mood swings. AI. It doesn't. It never tires.
Yep. This is very interesting. So one area I do see potential disruption is I've been headhunted. I've been a professional talent for the past 25 years, and I've had those random calls from people and found them very flattering. However, I'm surprised I didn't get more. Not that it's, not an ego thing for me, and I realized it was a bandwidth situation. So if I'm a headhunter out there and I'm working from home and I'm doing my thing, and along comes this tool, like if I am not AI enabled as an HR professional, marginalization is like the next step.
Yeah, I think if you're not open, to
there
AI,
you go.
If you're not open to AI, then you're really closed. you have an expiration date. Let's just put that, because it's just inevitable, and it's here. And so people can take advantage of that. Organizations can take advantage of that. And I'm so proud of like I love my clients because I tell them I congratulate them.
Yeah.
Like I was spoken to the CEO just last week. I'm moving forward with projects, so I'm getting really excited about it. But I congratulate my clients for being open.
Yeah.
For giving me the opportunity to present. And for understanding the value, because 90% are closed to the idea. But it's that 10%.
What do you think that is? Is it confusion? Is it that they don't understand? Is it that they don't believe it?
I think they don't understand how the simplification of it. See, the architecture of our platform is so simple and so beautiful. I mean, it's so simple. It's so powerful. And it just solves the problem, period. It's like this is a problem solver for the industry. And so what is it? I think it's comfort zone. I think they have this attachment to this organization, and they have an attachment to the habitual trying to solve shit all the time.
Yeah.
And they just think that staying busy is being productive, and it's not.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to break through to that mentality because they do have a fear factor. They don't think it's reliable, which is absolutely wrong.
Yep.
It's reliable. They don't think it's accurate, which is absolutely wrong. It's very accurate. They don't think it predicts. I don't know what. I'm just trying to tell you what I believe because this may not be true in some people, but there's really no reason why any HR department would not benefit tremendously from implementing AI into their solutions. There's just no reason at all.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. So how has the HR professional industry itself, what is the organization in HR? SHRM?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys gotten feedback from them, or have they asked about what you're doing?
Well, let me tell you our strategy. So first we went into a smaller space. So we went into the cannabis industry.
Yep.
Because it's a small space that is going to grow tremendously with deregulation. So we kind of made a strategic move to go into the cannabis industry. And there we consulted a lot of different organizations and so that industry is very closed.
Yes.
They're very intimate. They know each other. There's a lot of different aspects that go along with that industry. But we've already landed 2 big contracts in the cannabis industry. So we're going to be helping them scale.
Yeah.
So with the deregulation, we have one of them's going from Florida to New York. So we're going to help them find the top candidates first in New York. And so we have one from Las Vegas moving to New York and Florida. So we're going to help him get the top candidates. And so it's very exciting how we're able to leverage our technology to help these companies streamline their process, get more reliable candidates, free up their recruiters to do creative work instead of these repetitive, non-productive tasks. So, the intelligent CEOs, when it comes to scaling, you can scale by throwing money and people and at the problems.
Yeah.
But scaling with AI optimization is definitely the key. You'll have more control over your environment, over what's happening. It's
predictable results.
Predictable results.
Yeah. This is so. Now I don't know necessarily the individuals that are listening to this. I don't know that any of them are going through the process of hiring hundreds or thousands regularly, like some others.
Yeah.
But for somebody who had a small business, is jobworX.ai a tool that they could use?
Yes. So we have they're going to hire like 5 people a year, or 2 people a year. It's a construction company. So yeah, we're leveraging, we're helping them. We provide them with the platform and we give them a flat fee where they're able to use our technology. And also if they want us to recruit for them, we can provide them with candidates, according to their needs.
Yeah.
The difficult candidates we can do very easily. There's no difficult candidates anymore. And so it's very exciting to be able to offer the service. Do you know why I'm so excited, Chris?
I'm excited.
I love
for
people.
You.
I love people, and I love building teams. So I'm really excited about helping the companies that I work for, that are my clients.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm a part of it.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be able to help them build the best teams possible, be competitive, and outperform their competition. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
It's like being from the future and walking into Neanderthal times and saying, like, guys, don't worry, let me start the fire, right?
Yes.
Bringing that level of like, it's a new paradigm. It's
not only for the employer, but listen, we're entering the most competitive job market in history. I mean, if you're an employee like me, I want to be in the game, right? I'm 55, but I'm not over, man. I have a lot of work to do, and I want to be the top performer always. So I use AI to ensure that. Without AI right now, I don't even know where I would be because I use it for everything.
That's a great
point. I think that for people like me who are job seekers, right? Not that I'm a job seeker right now, but I'm in the corporate world. Having a workspace with the workspace is our candidate profile, and so I'm able to have my profile with I got a pretty good personality assessment, the videos and everything. I would be so proud to share that to employers now because I can share. It's more than a resume. This is important. It's more than a resume. And in a competitive environment, you're going to need to be able to present yourself fully for the employer to understand who you are and to be able to outshine a sea of resumes in black and white.
I'm loving this. This is, whenever I'm scheduling these podcast interviews, we'll have an initial conversation with everybody because I have a saying. I don't, what do I say? I don't invite anybody but friends to the podcast.
Oh,
right. And how I get around that is before you get on the podcast, let's have a conversation, right? Let's get to know each other. And with you, it was very obvious that there was a lot of enthusiasm behind what you were doing, which is very important because people need to know that this is not something to be fearful about. It's something to be excited about. And
very excited.
Yeah. And this has been fantastic. And this is an area that I'm realizing how much opportunity AI brings to the table for this human side of the business, the human resources. So this has been fascinating. So Sal, if people want to find out more about jobworX outside of the URL, and for those listening, we'll post that in the show notes. But is there anything else that you think they need to know before we wrap up the episode?
jobworX AI is our website. We're upgrading everything, so we're like in an evolution. So we're always optimizing. We have a great tech team, so it's going to be exciting to see the future. But yeah, jobworX AI. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I'm going to try to start creating more content. I was never, I'm starting to do that a little bit more. So it's exciting, and I love people. So if anybody wants to see a demo or anything, I can help in any way. Or the workspaces. I recommend job seekers to fill out a workspace, so you can go ahead and send that. You can download the PDF and send it to your like a resume with live links.
Oh, wow.
So the person is able to really submit that as a regular resume.
I would encourage anybody who is AI curious and looking for an opportunity to leverage that AI literacy into a better role, because all the data that we see in our research is indicating that the executives are recognizing that AI is disrupting their business strategies.
Yes.
And when they go to look for talent who is AI capable, they're not finding it. And as a result, they're willing to pay a lot more to the AI capable. They're willing to give them more promotions. And I even saw a statistic that the majority of executives surveyed said, hey, if they're getting their job done with AI, I'm fine if they have side gigs or 2 jobs. So for those of you listening who are curious how AI can impact your economic viability in the career space, I think Salvador has laid out a wonderful case of that today. So
I mean, they're looking for them. I mean, that's one of the top jobs right now, AI ML engineers or, AI chief AI officers, because people don't know how to implement. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. And there's so many tools, you can't blame them.
Yep.
And that's another thing that I didn't mention. I think that people are overwhelmed by marketing campaigns and that kind of, everybody's saying the same thing. And guess what? They're not believing it anymore. And in some cases that limits them. So proactive CEOs are always listening and always looking for ways to optimize their operations, scaling it and profit.
Well, so I'm fascinated with what you guys have been able to do, and I'm excited that I was able to introduce this to our listeners, because this is I love seeing like obvious path to the future for any industry, and this is an obvious path of where things are heading in HR. So
it's an obvious solution,
and an easy one as well.
It's an easy one.
Salvador, again, thank you for being patient and rescheduling with me. I think we rescheduled 3 times to get this done, but I'm so glad that we did it. And
and I wanted to also thank you for giving me the opportunity.
My pleasure. This is fascinating.
I do enjoy talking to you. So hopefully we can do more things together and help people.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you learned as much as I did about the future of artificial intelligence as it relates to the human resources industry. And obviously, we've got the experts here with jobworX.ai and Salvador. So thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
See you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to Using AI at Work. Don't forget to subscribe for more conversations about how to use AI at work. And a special thank you to our sponsor, Chief AI Officer, for empowering businesses with AI education and training. Visit their website for a free AI readiness assessment and AI strategy guide to help you get started using AI at work. That's www.chiefaiofficer.com. Special thanks to our producer, Evan DeSaulnier, for making this episode possible. Follow us on Twitter at the handle Using AI at Work, and visit www.usingaiatwork.com for free resources to help you harness AI in your role.